We're looking at order of operations with negatives. Now, before we start our first question, I want you just to remember what order of operations are. So some of you might have remembered BIDMAS, which is sort of helpful but can be a bit confusing. So you've got brackets first, then indices, that's little numbers in the air. And then you've got divide and multiply and add and subtract. Remember with these and with these, it's like they're racing. Whichever gets there first gets to be done first. So whichever comes first goes first with those. So let's have a go at question A here. So we've got a lot of operations going on here. But we can just have a little think of the checklist in our mind. Is there brackets? No. No indices. Oh, but we do have divide and multiply because we have multiply here. So I'm going to do that first. So I've got 4 multiplied by negative 2, or you could think of it as positive 4 multiplied by negative 2. So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. But remember that 4 multiplied by negative 2, negatives always have to come in pairs when we divide or multiply, so it's going to be negative 8. So now I've got negative 8 added to negative 8. Okay, I've now only got add and subtract. So let's have a look. Looks like a winky face. That becomes negative. So I've got negative 8, take away 8, negative 16. Okay, let's try the next one. I'm going to remember my same order of operations. Let's have a little look. I have brackets. Brackets will go first. Negative 3 squared. Well, that means negative 3 multiplied by negative 3. There's already a pair there, so the answer can be positive, and 3 times 3 is 9. This is now 6 plus 4 times negative 3 plus 9. Okay, what's next on my order operations? Well, I've already done the indices. I did that with the brackets, indice in the brackets. And next I've got multiply. 4 times negative 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times negative 3, I must have a pair of negatives, so negative 12. So I've got 6 plus negative 12 plus 9. Okay? Remembering that here, I've only got plus and subtract now, so I'm going to look, that is a winky face, so I've got take away. 6 take away 12 is negative 6, add 9 is 3. Okay. Now the next one is what's often used and could be a little bit confusing, because you can see here that's a divide, and you might think, well, what comes first, the multiply or the divide there? That's a little confusing. Well, actually, there's sort of a little cheat that's happened here that we haven't bothered to put in. But in order for me to write the question that's going to appear on your iPad in a minute for the iTunes U course, to type this question, I actually have to write it in brackets for the computer to know that that all goes at the top and that all goes at the bottom. So if you've got a fraction bar with lots of stuff on the top and lots of stuff at the bottom, that's actually happened in brackets, and that's happened in brackets, meaning you have to do this and this before you can divide them. So you work out the numerator, you work out the denominator, and then you divide them. So let's have a go at that. My numerator, I've only got multiplication here, so I've got 8 multiplied by negative 7 multiplied by negative 2. Okay, well I've already got a negative there and a negative, so I've already got a pair of negatives, so my answer can be positive. 8 times 7 is 56, times 2 is 112. Okay, so my numerator, let's try my denominator. I've only got subtracts here, so it all happens at the same time. These are adjacent, that looks like a smiley face, so that's an add. So that is negative 6, add 4 is negative 2. So what I've now got is 112 divided by negative 2. Well, when I multiply and divide, negatives always come in pairs. I've got one negative here, so I must have one in the answer, and 112 divided by 2, or you could do this method, or you could halve it, or you could remember that actually you did 56 times 2 to get 112, so 112 divided by 2 will be 56. So the answer is negative 56. Okay, have a go at the drill yourself now, and I recommend writing out in your book the order of operations, the brackets, indices, multiply, divide, add, subtract, in case you have forgotten them.